Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for once again another lawn care test. What are we testing today, you ask? That's simple. Today we are testing if Kentucky bluegrass actually has the self-healing properties as it claims to have. So if you have a bare spot in your Kentucky bluegrass established grass, will it heal itself and repair that bare spot? Stay tuned and let's find out together. Welcome back and thank you for joining me. My name is Mike and this is Jealous Lawn Care. Today you have yet another test. You guys love these test videos, so they're gonna keep coming right at you guys until you do not ask for more. So again, what are we testing? We're testing Kentucky bluegrass. This is a very specific test about Kentucky bluegrass. Kentucky bluegrass is supposed to be one of the most sought after grasses out there, especially in us in the Midwest. And the reason being is because it's self-healing, supposedly. Does it really repair all the bare spots? And if it does, how big of a bare spot are we talking? And also, how long will it take for that bare spot to be healed? So let's find out together. Now, as you guys have hopefully seen in the last videos that I've done in the grass seed proof, all 6 of these test spots laying out here that I did last year, 2 years ago now. So what that video was about was me testing different grass types, Kentucky bluegrass from Scott's and True Green and other competitors, and heavy seeding, light seeding, what's best, testing Super Thrive. But again, we're not here for that. But the reason I bring that up is because of the fact that if you remember, these sections over here, specifically these 2 tests that we're gonna do today, we only have 2 tests, so not going to be overwhelmed today, hopefully. But the 2 tests we're going to do is these 2 spots are 100% Kentucky bluegrass. And you can see it's about mid to end of April. So these 2 tests, if you recall from the grass seed test video that I did, these were 100% Kentucky bluegrass. How do I know that? Go back and check the video. That's why I want to do this video specifically on Kentucky Blue, because some people be like, oh, do I have Kentucky Blue? Is it a mix? As you can tell, I have some mixtures in here. That's why this grass in the front here is a little bit lower. It's not fully, Kentucky bluegrass takes a little bit longer to come out of dormancy and actually show its true color and height and growth and all that. So this is just about the perfect time. It's spring here in Illinois, so this should be perfect grass growing weather. So let's find out. So the question is, why am I holding a shovel? And that's a simple answer. Fortunately, it's a hard one too. Because yet again, I am going to be ripping up this grass, or a little chunk of it, we'll say, and mimic the bare spots that you guys would have in your lawn. And we're going to prepare it a little bit, yes, but hopefully if you have a bare spot in your lawn, you're not just letting it go itself. We're actually going to prepare it the way you should be preparing a bare spot before either seeding or letting it self-heal from the Kentucky Blue. So what we're going to do here is dig out a little section here, and I'll show you a little quick preview here. So you can see these are our test spots right here. You can see these are all Kentucky bluegrass, and even all the way through here. But these are the 2 test spots we're going to be dealing with right now. And you can see it really doesn't fully match my surrounding, unfortunately. As much as I'm trying, every year becomes a little bit more Kentucky bluegrass and a little bit more, but there's still some rye and a little bit of fescue and so forth in here, but that's on a separate topic. But I just wanted to show you guys that it is all Kentucky bluegrass and no problems in it, other than it's not completely out of dormancy yet. I mean, we're talking like days waiting. We got a lot of rain coming this week, so another reason why I wanted to do this video right now. So here we go. This will be test number 1. We're gonna dig a, decent sized hole in here. And ideally, I want to take all the roots out because of the fact that we're gonna assume the roots are dead. And hopefully you guys know, or if not, this will be a good FYI, that Kentucky bluegrass, the reason that this grass is supposed to heal itself is because the way the grass actually grows, we'll say. And this actually grows due to rhizomes that shoot under the ground and actually fix and repair itself. That's actually why Kentucky bluegrass is great if you have like dogs, you have traffic areas and so forth, stuff that's going to be damaged a lot in your lawn. Kentucky blue is usually a good way to go. So we're going to see here when I dig these holes if in fact those rhizomes shoot under and actually grow grass and repair itself. Now this test over on the right side that we're going to do, this test we're going to do with normal watering schedule. So watering it, once a day or so, just to make sure that you have the right amount of watering. Because if you have bare spots or you're seeding, you're going to be watering regularly too. Then on the left side, I'm going to not do anything except prepare the ground. I'm not going to water it, and we're going to see how long that takes. I'm expecting, of course, that's going to take longer because we're not watering, right? But we shall see. Will it repair at all? Will neither repair? Not sure. Let's all find out. It's a nice big chunk right there. As you can see, we still have the roots coming down below that, and that's pretty sizable. So that's some pretty good root growth already, and that's just a matter of, 2 years? That's some long roots right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. So clearly we did the right stuff, the right test, the right preparation of the grass the first time in our video. So I would say this is probably, I dug out probably maybe 4 inches, maybe more. And now we got another almost 4 inches. So I would say we got maybe 8 inch. Of course, they're not all 8-inch roots, but pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. So now that we have our hole, let me dig a little further because we still saw some roots on the bottom of this. So we don't want any roots. Otherwise, that's going to be like, oh, well, that's just the good grass actually fixing itself from underneath and growing. So I want to dig further. Unfortunately, I'm going to hit clay. Just like a lot of you, I'm sure, are going to hit clay also. I don't think I have to grow too much lower than this, just because of the fact that 8 inches, that's some pretty long grass already. All right. Now I will move on to my handheld one. And I don't see any more roots. So I think we did a good job. Now let's do it again on the other side. All right, now that we have our holes dug, you can see they're even-sized holes, even depth, and now I'm just going to rake up the ground a little bit just to make sure none of the roots are living or whatever you want to call it. You always want to rake up the ground anytime you prepare soil. And now I'm going to dump in some fresh topsoil. Actually, I don't even need to do this. I'm just going to dump it. Looks like I need a little more. So the reason you want to prepare your ground well, so it's nice and fluffy, or raking we'll say, is because of the fact that you want, just like when you have grass seed, you want great foundation. You're spending a lot of time and a lot of money with watering and seed, so it's very important that you get a good base. Otherwise you're just going to be wasting your time, and nobody wants to waste time on growing grass seed, spending all that time and money and energy. So this is how we're going to do it. Hopefully you're doing the same. And there we we have it. And there we have it. There are 2 tests. One we are going to water every day. The other, we're going to let nature run its course and see how long it takes, if at all, if it's going to repair itself. And like I said before, the way we prepared it, we prepare it well, and also it's always good, especially if you have a little bare spot like this and you dug up the ground. If you want to use some native soil, feel free, but one thing I recommend also is afterwards, step on it. Make sure there's no low spot here. So it should not be lower than the rest of the ground. If anything, like I said before, the ground, the soil, manure, all that stuff, it's gonna settle. Once it rains over time, the ground will get lower than where it's at now. So if anything, you want it a little bit higher than ground level because of the settling factor. So now we will check in. We're not gonna do a week-to-week check, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe once a month. I have no clue how long this is gonna take. I would say, if I had to guess, I would say 2 months, but we shall see. But yes, I will continue to update you guys as progress is seen. Now we will do our watering only on the right side. And there we have it. We'll check back in future updates. All right, I just wanted to show you, here are the 2 tests for the Kentucky bluegrass self-healing. I'm gonna show you what you see mostly is grass clippings in here. So, can't really tell too much on the side that I'm not watering every day, but the side that I am watering every day, I know this is supposed to grow underground from rhizomes and so forth. I'm not sure if that's what this is, but I'm actually seeing some actual grass growth on top. So it's actually spreading underneath all this. You can actually see little bits of it growing all underneath there, and it's spread pretty good. I mean, this is a pretty good chunk of our hole here. Little bit coming underneath here also, but just wanted to show you guys that this is about 1 month later, and that's the differences I'm seeing so far. So the question is, will this fill in, and how long more will it take? All right, here is a little over 2 month update of the Kentucky bluegrass self-healing or not video. So I want to show you that in this one, this is the one again that we're not watering. We're letting nature take its course, just like all of us, assuming we all would, right? This is our test. Will it heal on its own without watering or without any interference? And first thing I wanted to point out is you can see all this brown stuff here. This is all, I guess, that rhizomes that's making the grass grow from underneath, like Kentucky bluegrass is supposed to. And you can see a ton of it over here. I mean, it's pretty much all throughout. My phone's not great for this, but you can pretty much see it all. I'm moving it all, so you can see it's getting there. It's just not as quick as what we would like, of course, which is why many of us throw down seed, but that's not what we're testing. We're testing, will it heal itself on its own? And now this one, I know what you're thinking, whoa, where'd it go? This is the one that I've been watering every day. And I hate to get your hopes up, but this is mostly just grass that's overgrown, even though I do mow over this just so it's an even treatment. So, but you can tell that it is quite a bit smaller still. You know, the grass is actually growing in there. You can see all the grass in there growing pretty well. Lots of the brown, I don't know what we're gonna call it, rhizomes is under there, along with grass that's coming up in the middle all throughout. So it's coming along much quicker than the rest of the grass, meaning over here. And obviously that's because it's kept watered. Obviously watering will definitely help the process. It's just a matter of, will this completely heal itself? Now, from a 7-inch, I mean, it's still a decent size. It's just kind of overgrown here as far as the grass around it, just kind of invading it. But
you know, that's a nice thing too, 'cause if it's invading it, it's also shading it and then making it easier for the grass to grow up, right? Because it's not as hot down there if it's getting shaded by all this other grass surrounding it. So that might be helping aid the process also, but I guess we'll check back. Right now it is July, so this is about as hot as you can get. It's been 90s for, I'd probably at least a week now, and it doesn't show any signs of letting up. Probably another week of 90s. So not too much rain recently, but you know, this is normal conditions for Chicago, Illinois. All right, everybody, this is the end of 2020, and this is a good update for you for the two tests here, watering and non-watering. It's getting much smaller. Not sure if you can see from that angle, but let me show you here. So this is our test on the left here. You can see this hole is quite small now. A little bit of dirt and debris in there, but much smaller than what was our 7-inch hole in the beginning. And this one over here, a little bit bigger than the other side, but I mean, it's filling in pretty nice. So I'm pretty impressed. When you look at the rest of the ground, you know, it almost blends in. Partly because the grass is overgrown a little bit, but what are you gonna do, right? Gotta cut it. So just wanted to show this to you guys for this next update, and this will be the last update for this year because it's around Halloween, so this is not gonna grow anymore for the year. So we will check back in the springtime for the next update. All right, here is the final week for this test regarding Kentucky bluegrass self-healing. So right now it is 2021. It's early summer, but this is as long as I'm going to do this video. This video's been probably about a year. I'll have to check the timestamps, but here are your two tests, letting Mother Nature take its course. And you can see from a distance, looks pretty good. You can't even tell where the open ground is anymore. But when you get really close up front, you can actually tell the actual hole is still there, which means, yeah, I need to add a little dirt. But you can see that this has actually filled in. Question is, how happy are we? You know, this was a 7-inch by 7-inch square. Now, you can tell by my finger, you know, it's probably, I would say, maybe 3 inches by 3 inches. Sure, you can argue if I fluff this ground that it's going to be gone, and you would say it's good enough, and maybe it is for a lot of you. And here's the other little hole. This has a little hole about the same. I'm just showing you guys what I see. These are completely unbiased results, and there you have it. So that's the end of this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and hopefully we all learned, does Kentucky bluegrass actually heal itself? And now my honest opinion, just by looking at these two test results, it does actually self-heal, but how long are we gonna have to wait? So if you guys are doing it, sure, the grass will eventually fill in on its own. But if you want quicker and definitely better results, I would recommend to actually rip up the ground, do it right, do it like my normal seeding process, which you guys have all seen in my other videos. Check out below how to grow grass from seed, or also known as the grass seed test. All right, and as far as watering or non-watering, honestly, there's not really any difference. When you're talking the course of a year, I mean, this is ridiculous. I would never wait this long, especially if it's in the front yard, but since this is in the backyard, it didn't really have as much of a need to get it done really quick and get rid of the eyesore. So I don't really see a need. You could probably not water and it'll be literally negligible. You probably won't be able to tell at all. Whether watering every day, don't waste the time, don't waste the water. So
there you go. Kentucky bluegrass will actually self-heal, but it's an extremely, extremely long process. So, yes, it will self-heal, but it is a very long process. So, it's up to you on your own. You guys can decide. Smaller holes will actually fill themselves quicker, obviously, but the larger holes will take a long time. So, reseed as needed. And thank you guys for watching. Love doing these tests for you guys. If you got any questions on this test or on something different, let me know in the comments below. Thanks.